So finally we're going to be looking at our continuous and our running sutures. We're going to start off with the simple and two variations of that, the straight and then the diagonal or baseball stitch. Then we'll do the forward interlocking, and then we'll look at the running horizontal mattress and the running subcuticular. So it's quite a few, but we've built our fundamentals up to this point, and now it's just putting them all together and applying them. So I think it's best to start right to left, just because if you suture this, then it's going to be hard to manipulate here, so it's a bit easier over here, and you'll see what I mean. But yeah, we start with our simple interrupted, and this is to make an anchor. Oh, I did that way too deep. And we tie it off. And now we only want to cut off the short end. Like I said, basically our interrupted suture, because if we were to cut off the long one it would be, but, oops, that was bad. This is continuous, so we keep the long end. And to do this straight, from the top we go diagonally to the next position and just do another interrupted suture, or another simple suture basically. Then in line we go to the top. There we go, that's one. You can see it's perpendicular with the wound. We go diagonal again to the next position and do another one. And we'll do one more, once again diagonally. And straight in line above. Make sure throughout you are watching your measuring and distance. You want them to be nice and equal. Maintain your tension throughout, because if it's loose when we're all the way here, it's going to be hard to tighten this. So this could have a bit more tension. So yeah, ensure to maintain that tension throughout. Yeah, so as you can see, these are nice and perpendicular to the wound, and we're going to do our final one now to be able to tie it off. And when we do so, we want to leave this loop at the end, because that will act as our short end. So we've done that, and then take another bite for our needle end. There we go. That one is pinched a bit too tight, but I'm also running out of thread here. Also, a different way to tie these continuous and running knots, the ones with the loops here, but the most basic way is we just do the same knot we've been doing and use the loop as the short end to pull through. So this is still the short end. These two, I put too much force and it broke, but these two are still the short end. This is technically the long end, needle end, and we just continue tying those. There we go. So that's one version of the simple continuous or the simple running suture. There's no real difference with this next one other than the way it looks, as far as I know. This one is called the baseball stitch, which we'll do next, and you'll see why. We start with our anchor. Cut our short end. And now this time, instead of going diagonally on the inside, we go straight on the inside. So it's aligned underneath the skin and diagonal on top. And you'll see what I mean. When you practice, you bring it through the middle. I'm just doing this for the sake of time. We did one simple suture, and then we go to the next position on top and do the next one. So now as you bring it through, it makes a diagonal line or a baseball style stitch. And once again, to the next position. There we go. So like I said, I don't think there's any practical difference in these two aside from aesthetics. The baseball stitch might be a bit faster because you could go straight through, but yeah, it just comes down to what you want to do, what you're better practice with. And we'll go over a new knot here called the Aberdeen, which we take a bite again to make a loop. There's not much thread, so I'll have to show it again, but this is just a teaser for now. There we go. So that's just a teaser of the knot because I didn't have enough to show it.